I didn't know that. Can't get mad. Absolutely, you can sell it or you can consume it. In my case, I'm consuming most of it because I do want to stay as healthy as possible. But I see that now you finished consuming some food, Mullero. If you're gonna mute yourself, you want to add to it. And that's what I'm saying, guys. Listen, we are busy in life. So we get a chance to help each other on the move and still share things from the UK. It's not where you're confined to your quarters, guys. We work this as a team for real, for real. And there's no apologies needed. We'll do whatever it takes to make sure that collectively we become successful. So, Mujero, what did you think about what you heard?
Well, I think that's fantastic. You know, I think that first of all, Simone, just to hear her story and her testimony is just amazing. I can totally relate. You know, being a martial arts school owner and being as successful, running the school for 15 years on the Upper East Side in Spanish Harlem. You know, having all the staff that I had at one point and delegating. You know, and me sitting back. You know, or allowing me to actually compete in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as I've done, and you know, having that ability. You know, and that being taken away from me due to this pandemic. You know, and the potential loss of it. You know, I may unfortunately close my doors as of next month because of this situation. You know, it's nerve-wracking. It's an emotional roller coaster for us all. I can totally relate. You know, and like her, yeah. Look, when we're going through, yeah, we're martial artists, yeah, we're leaders, right? I think you mentioned it earlier, but and yes, we do know a lot, but often we need to be reminded, you know, of the things that we may or may not know, you know, and it takes people of the same mindset to help you do that. You know, so I appreciate you what you mentioned earlier. But as far as you know, everything she shared, and it's an emotional roller coaster for us all. You know, being home, and all of a sudden, you know, I'm a proactive person. I have to, you know, I have to stay busy. This is why I'm working in my yard. I'm building a pool today, and all due to the fact that I'm taking the isogenics. That's giving me that much energy, man. I have to tell you right now, I take it. I don't want to go off topic, but I take it, and I sleep 6-7 hours, and I don't believe the amount of energy that I pull out. You know, considering, you know, I teach my classes online. I still stay as active as I can via my workouts for myself. Granted, it's not at the level where I was, but still, you know, I'm doing my garden. I've been building. I'm a carpenter all of a sudden. You know, I did my gardening. You know, I did my table. I was gonna go buy a table. I'm like, wait a minute, why? I can build this. You know, and now all of a sudden I'm building my pool. You know, a little pool area, like digging and grinding, and I'm sweating, and I'm like, whoa, this is awesome. And my motivation is that guy that's out in like Thailand who uses a little stick. he builds he builds a whole freaking.
Oh my God, I love that
He
video.
builds a whole freaking city. You know, like what's my excuse? And I have all the tools in the world. Come on, Malaka, Greek for jerk.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, get back to her. You know what she's saying. You know, it's we go through this emotional roller coaster, unfortunately, because of the turmoil that we're all in. And yeah, with that, unfortunately, comes eating a lot, comes gaining weight, comes a lot of stuff. You know, comes a lot of stress, and we don't know how to, I guess, channel that. You know, during this time, I've learned to stay busy and keep myself active. But if it wasn't for you introducing me to this, I have to say, it has definitely been very beneficial for me. Like I said,
It's us, right? Because I shared it, but you trusted, accepted it, gave it a shot.
Well, let me say something about you, Fontanez. You have been always one of my awesome mentors. You know, you've been a guy that I mean, the first day you stepped into my Taekwondo school way back when, 1991 or two, you know, and you saw how I taught, and then you gave me the motivation to join your organization, and it was like it was a no-brainer. You know, 5-time world karate champion. I'm just starting out in my business. Here you are asking me if I would want to join your organization. Of course, that's why I jumped on it. And because you were the one Latino like me, two already successful as to where I wanted to be. I already saw where I wanted to be in you, you know, and I needed to, something in me that just, you know, triggered. That's what I need to emulate. That's what I need to be around. Like you said, birds of a feather flock together, right? So we all need to be that person or around, immerse ourselves with those individuals. And so now in seeing you with this and the transition, obviously, you know, being like a career martial artist yourself, right? And now transitioning, but not so different because, oh, you know, martial arts, you're still physical, you're still helping, you're still, you know, training and teaching. But from this perspective, ideally the goal is very similar. You know, the goal is to save lives. The goal is to help people stay healthy, you know? And I also see it as there is no difference in the type of business that we run. Our goal is membership, you know, to build membership, to build numbers, to help the business. And our goal should be here the same. You know, yeah, we want members of the same to benefit the way we are, you know? And so therefore, you know, in seeing you doing the workouts that you did and the videos and, oh, look, he still has his stretch. That's awesome. You know, he's still consistent with that and still the B-boy thing and the breakdancing and, you know, being 54 and just seeing how active you've been, you know? And I've defended you, bro. People have said nonsense, you know, but I like old blue eyes. You know, you kill them with success. You know, you don't go back. You don't fight with words. You just do you. You know, you do your very best and you just stay positive. You know, because haters, as they say, haters are gonna hate and they're all gonna say nonsense, which is unfortunate. But as you said previously in your other messages, you know, hey, we all make mistakes and we all live from them. No one's perfect. And I definitely can contest that you are a person that have definitely persevered and that you always had good intentions, although you might have been blinded a little, but you're not that man anymore because of the maturity factor. And so in seeing you get involved in this, and not so much that you're trying to advocate for people to get involved to make money so much, but because you are invested on physical, mental, and spiritual level. You know, your testimony has been that you've lost people just recently this year. 5 people died in a week, you know, due to obesity, cancer, cuanta madre, as we say in Spanish, you know, so many things. And it's sad, you know, it's sad that people don't take the initiative to understand the concepts of where they should be via health and wealth and everything else. These are very most important topics, you know, that are negated, you know, are taken for granted rather. And it just can't, we're living in a time that we can't do that. You know, hence why I'm growing my own fruits and vegetables in my backyard. You know, I mean, I think ideally that, yeah, I'm out, I'm eating stuff, but I'm careful as what I eat. I don't eat a lot. I don't overindulge in food. Like I ate that, but I ate half of it. You know, everything is portion based for me right now, being the agent I am and the athlete that I still believe that I am. And I will return to the ring, you know. Yeah, your testimony, you know, it's definitely proof that, you know, you're not telling people what to do, you're showing them, you know, and you're being an example. And then that's my goal. You know, I was 230, and I'm currently 205, you know, so I weighed myself this morning because I did another workout. And here I am in my yard and I'm making my runs with my dogs and, you know, I'm doing a lot of other things, you know, so I stay consistent. But yeah, look, I'm dropping the weight, you know, more so every day. And I'm content. And because of that, I believe in this product. I believe that these products are definitely beneficial. And what, you know, we've talked about this. Every day people give referrals. Every day. Like I saw something online. Oh, you have to go see XYZ. Oh, you have to go get XYZ. You know, wow, it's interesting. Everyone does that, but no one benefits from it. And I've done it for years. And I remember way back in 2004 or 3 when you tried to get me into like the whole network marketing, you gave me the books, you gave me shit. I'm like, ay, papa, Dios te hombre. You know, here we go with something else. And, you know, I have to be honest. I was like, nah, I'm not doing it. You know, I have to focus on what I'm doing. But I kicked myself in the butt because from that time till now, of course, it's obvious, you know, referral based. Everything's referral based. You know, I'm sitting in Paris Baguette, you know, because people have suggested or, you know, friends have said, oh, go there, have great bakery. But who benefits from it? Paris Baguette. That movie is awesome. What a great movie. You got to go see it. Who benefits from it? The movie theaters, the actors, the producers and all that, you know. Here we are advocating that this is health. This is something good for you, you know, and it's going to help you live a longer life. And in turn, yeah, listen, because I'm giving you a referral, that'll be great. Look, I'm getting compensated on the side, a small percentage of it. I don't find anything wrong with that. You know, I don't find anything wrong with that at all. And I would advocate that people should understand that concept and not take that for granted. You know, because because of the pandemic, I have my school, I may be closing, but you have mentioned that this was your side gig, now it's your full-time gig. And now I might have to consider, well, all right, there's some changes that need to come, you know. And although I'm not at a level of where, because I'm just starting out, I've only been like, what, 2 months in almost. Yeah, but it's cool to get that email on Monday. Oh, you just been paid with little to minimal amount of effort. That I think. So wait a minute. No, I'm great with my numbers. I'm great with like building my numbers in school and showing my staff and teaching them how to, you know, get the customers and members. I'm fantastic with that. However, wow, here I am. I have to put so much effort into getting that staff member to hit those quotas, right? Because I was general manager at Crunch too, and that was my job. And I was in charge of $200,000, $300,000 a month. You know? But now doing it for me, right, at that level, right? But here I am now. I'm getting an email on Monday to little to no effort, minimum to no effort, and I'm getting email with like, okay, like 60, 100, 150, with no effort. Or because hey, just go to this website, get this product. This is what's benefiting me. Hopefully it'll benefit you, and share with a friend.
And if you don't like it,
get your money back. So, in closing, yeah, look, I love Simone's story. I think that we need to just keep building testimonies like that and helping people to understand where they're at. For me, I've been sold since, you know, obviously it works. I can feel the difference, you know. Let me touch on another thing. Yeah, look, I know there are a lot of research buffs out there. Like I've tried to get friends of mine to adhere to what I'm doing. And they go out, you know, they want the fact check, you know, and this is great. You know, the Bible talks about Bereans, and who are the original fact checkers. And I think ideally you should do that. But you're always going to find something. You know, there's always going to be something, you know, there's stuff on me online, you know, like I did an MMA fight thing on a show called The Iron Ring. And I got called out thinking that I was scared, but I twisted my ankle and they just made a whole different story, you know. And so that's negative and it's under me, but that's what I get. I kick myself in the butt for being a part of that. But to make my point, you know, when I tell people isogenics and this, that, and the other, oh, well, it's negative. There are a lot of bad reviews. I'm like, did you check the other reviews? Right? And so how you equate the two, right? Because really, if there are negative, so many negatives, then definitely don't be a part of it. But if it's equal or a little bit more or imbalances, you know, then you should at least investigate more before you invest. And I would encourage you to do that. So for all the fact checkers, do that. Investigate, you know, but understand that it's just not, oh, it's all negative and, oh, it doesn't work. And it may or may not work for people. Maybe it's a psyche thing. Maybe they're getting the result, but they just don't see it because they're just they're extremists. And we're all made differently. You know, not everybody's made the same. You know, so you have to be very, very careful. You know, what benefits me may not benefit you. You know, I get that. But at least the goal is to at least attempt something instead of sitting there and pointing the finger and saying that this doesn't work, because then what are you proving? You're not doing a damn thing. You're just sitting there. And you're still the same person.
But those are the same people that won't even, you know, they won't even put on cologne if you say this is good for you. You know, they'll find a way out. Oh, no, that's really water the toilet. But what do you think about this now?
Oh, it's great. I was going to ask you to send it to me so I could actually
Art of well-being. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I love it.
Art of well-being. Oh yeah, I'm going to share all the information. So we're going to officially end this now. For whatever it's worth, and I don't know if you're available, what I'm going to do is in 10 minutes, I'm going to see if Simone wants to come on, and I do not want to make sure that we onboard people properly, you know, because she's a baby right now. She just got a white belt. She became an associate, and you know, she's excited, and I think it'll help if it's possible, because you do have your wife over in South Korea right now. It kind of can make an international conversation. So even if it's just the three of us, it'll be Matter of fact, you know what? I shouldn't even say that. If you want to continue, we can, because she could just come right, she could just chime on to here. I do want to ask you a few questions. And as you're speaking about your business and the turmoil it's going through, but I noticed a big smile on your face, which looks crazy, because I think you told me that you were on the conference call. Can you share how there was I'm not sure if it was a Zoom, but you mentioned that you was on the call and people were really negative in terms of the future, and these are martial arts school owners. It was kind of shocking when you told me that some of them were thinking about going.
Oh God, yeah. You're talking about guys who own businesses that they've had their businesses for over 25, 30 years, and they're talking about wanting to commit suicide, which is very sad, and that's just to show, like, I guess one has to really take an evaluation as to how are they defined, what defines them. And these individuals, like me, I love my business. I love what I do. I love the fact that I have the school and all, but every week I go visit it, see it, maintain it, clean it out a little. And, I have to be content, being a Bible studious person that I am. 1 Timothy 6:6 talks about being content in everything, whether I have or have not. I'm paraphrasing. And so, fact of the matter is that, these guys are now thinking about taking their lives, because they lost their businesses, and just, really resorting to doing all sorts of unfortunate things, drinking alcohol, things that, that I'm sure as martial artists, being, the core, living by the morals, the code,
They're out of character.
all that gets, they're out of character. It gets thrown out of the window. And it's unfortunate to see that. I guess I am smiling because I do see the potential that this business has for me. I'm going to go in it. I'm the type to just dive. I don't like just touching the water. I'll dive in and see. And if I failed, I failed because I failed on my own accord. I failed because of me.
I can give you some insights that almost have me, like, guys, you guys all know, or many of you know, I should say, I apologize if they all know, many people know that I've been sharing information for decades. And when technology kicked in, meaning YouTube and what have you, my first video is November 25th, 2008 on YouTube. And it looks something like this. Hi, my name is Jerry Fonson, and I'm here to, and I was